Ian Garry just said that he's in camp for his next fight. Now, this could very well be versus Islam Makhachev. That is Ireland versus Russia, part 2. I would be really interested in watching that fight. You know, how does Islam Makhachev deal with such a lengthy guy in Ian Garry? I mean, he's 6'3", and he definitely knows how to use his size, unlike a lot of fighters, of course. Ian Garry's a pretty interesting matchup for Islam. He's got that good takedown defense that we've seen versus Belal Muhammad. Now, does he have good takedown defense versus a guy as high level as Islam Makhachev? We don't know. But that's what you want with fights. You want questions. You know, you want to be able to question someone's ability when they fight someone, not just always know that guy's going to win. And this is the matchup that you want to see. You know, when you look at a guy like Michael Morales, he has made constant improvements between his fights, yes, but do I think he is as deserving as Ian Garry at the moment? I don't think so. Now, a lot of people would disagree with me. They would say, oh, but Michael Morales beat Sean Brady, and he made it look easy. Yes, he did. But Ian Garry made a champion in Belal Muhammad look easy. And Belal Muhammad, I know it's MMA math, but he made Sean Brady look easy. Therefore, I do think that Ian Garry is more deserving of the title shot, as we just saw just how technically dominant he is. Now, not a finisher, but he is technically dominant. He knows how to use his range, and he knows how to use it to his advantage. And I feel like that could be pretty dangerous for Islam Makhachev if this fight does stay on the feet. And that's always the question for an Islam Makhachev fight. What if this fight stays on the feet? We underrate his kickboxing all the time. The guy knows how to strike on the feet. We've seen him strike with lightweights on the feet, and we've seen him implement pretty good work versus a guy like JDM. I mean, he was controlling that fight in the striking realm. JDM did not have good moments versus Islam Makhachev, so you got to take that into account. Now, who am I picking in this fight? Listen, I'm always going to lean towards the champion, but I do see a world where Ian Garry can do this. There's not a world where Ian Garry can't, have a chance here. Ian Garry is the best matchup in the division for Islam Makhachev. He is probably the toughest guy within that division, in my opinion, just based off of his well-roundedness, and he knows how to win rounds. You know, a lot of fighters, you'll see they're just going for the finish at welterweight. That's true. You know, rather like in our Carlos Prates, he's good, but he aims for the finish. He aims for the big finish. He doesn't try to win rounds. He says he does, but not much, you know. And you can't blame him because the guy's got really good power to rely on. JDM, he knows how to win rounds, but we saw Islam Makhachev show a lot there. He showed some holes in his games and a lot of stuff that he has to work on. And we call JDM's takedown defense pretty good going into that fight. So I want to see just how good Ian Garry's takedown defense is, and if he could control the fight on the feet, or if Islam Makhachev is a good enough kickboxer to, use that to his advantage and maybe get a takedown in and either finish it or go to a decision. I'm excited for this fight. I think it's a very high level fight, and I really hope that this is the fight that they are making with Ian Garry in camp. Guys, let me know, is this the fight that you want to see, or do you guys prefer more of an Islam Makhachev versus Michael Morales? Don't say Islam Makhachev versus Ilia Topuria, because we're not getting it now. We're going to be getting it later, maybe even 2027, because that fight looks like it's going to get pushed and pushed and pushed. Drop it down below. I'll see you guys in the next one.